ladies and gentlemen, about time we get ourselves underway here. Into the breach, looking to take on one pin. The UK Derby, of course. How else would you have, well, I was about to say your Sunday night, but it's not a Sunday, is it? It definitely feels like a Sunday night game on the, good old-fashioned Wednesday. We are going to slowly see, sorry, Tuesday night, my apologies. We're going to see Drake in here being able to find himself a third frag so far with the pistols, continuing pressure coming through from Leaf. And Wolfie over towards this A-long area of the map. Wolfie actually just going alone, my apologies. Leaf to continue to hold this top mid presence as well. It definitely is set to be, you know, an exciting matchup. I think both these teams at the moment definitely in the conversation here for the top UK team at the moment. You know, definitely looking at the state of UK Counter-Strike at the moment. These two teams do continue to be looking to lead the way. As we are going to see Leaf good enough for one. Wolfie to go down. Now the 1v2 situation here for Leaf by his lonesome. The 19-year-old looking to try and continue to have himself a whole heap of presence coming through, especially through this top mid area of the map, as we are going to continue to slowly see ITB here looking to try and pick apart this lone pistol through this top mid area of the map. Rusty to find the frag. So we see ITB. My apologies. We're seeing ITB able to find themselves a really, really strong opening. We are going to continue to get our way back into the server here. The buy for Into the Breach looking pretty good at the moment. ITB to have them, one pin to have themselves Deagles. Scouts, I was about to say, that's not the right team, is it? We are going to continue to slowly see Cypher looking to try and play this B anchor role. I think this B anchorage role does suit the way that Cypher does play. A little bit more passive, a little bit safer. We are going to see Wolfie turned away from this long control. As we do see a bit of a short presence coming through here from one pin. We are going to slowly see a rotation coming over towards this B area of the map. Potentially even a mid-hit coming through. Leaf to leave that bomb towards the Norwegian Orpa Shine. We are going to see him on the scout looking to try and get himself a little bit of damage. We are going to slowly see now one pin. 35 seconds remain. Haven't found themselves anything in terms of frags, altercations, any of the fun stuff that we usually come to see in Counter-Strike. More have been a reach in terms of trying to find that opening frag. Leaf to do it. Azuwu to find himself a frag. And now it really is going to be Dobbo here in this site to try and hold himself off. We are going to see Docs good enough for one. Docs will find himself a second. M4s to be recovered. So we are going to slowly see one pin able to pick themselves up. More importantly, pick themselves an amazing second round. Look at the money for ITB at the moment. It's just going to be a pistol upgrade. Maybe armor coming through. So we're just going to continue to slowly see yet again. Having such a rough time at the moment. We are going to see Wolfie able to find himself an opening frag. Potential for the UK rifler to continue to show his presence. We are going to see Cypher to find Azuwu playing that lurk role. So we are going to slowly see yet again. More importantly, we are going to see Dobbo trying to get himself a little bit of wiggle room here with that scout. Docs to try and spray through this smoke over on this A side. However, that nade can do some serious damage. Just falls short. We are going to see Dobbo unable to find the frag, but the bomb will go down. Very little to be said here from Into the Breach. Only a single tag from Dobbo. We are going to see flashes go out. Shine to look to try and deal with this long presence coming through. Docs to offer a helping hand. Wolfie to find himself 3. A huge shutdown from Wolfie at the moment, finding himself 4 frags in the round. So we are going to continue to see 1pin now having themselves quite an interesting time at the moment. We are going to slowly see these pistols come out yet again for ITB. Docs to be close quarters here, able to find himself the first frag. Potential here for the SMGs to really do some damage, especially from Docs' perspective. We are going to slowly see Dobbo push out. Also the push from Cypher to come through. Shine, Wolfie to find themselves one apiece. Docs here to find himself one, potential for the second, but we are going to see Adam go down, caught in between a rock and a hard place. As we see 1pin able to find themselves a third. Of course, 1pin looking for the 5-0 start here in the SCL at the moment. So we are going to continue to slowly see yet again the AWP come out for Shine. He's going to continue to find himself a continued push coming through. See Rusty able to find himself one. Dobbo to get one back. Shine to continue his push, able to find himself that frag. Tagged up quite heavily, however. Cypher to get so aggressive and make his way over towards this area of the map where there's no way out for 1pin, and Dobbo to finish the job. Gets himself 3 so far. Rusty to help out with 2. So we are going to continue to slowly see 1pin now look to try and get together. I guess what you could call an interesting sort of setup from this UK side. Azulu to worry about this lowest push will be good enough for 1. Potential for the second to come through. A 4-man push actually from ITB. A really aggressive play. So we are going to see now this single lone man over towards this long area of the map. Adam, a lot of work to do. Has a lot of utility to try and combat. We are going to continue to slowly see yet again a huge push coming here from ITB. We are going to slowly see yet again Dobbo, Rusty, this duo to continue to hold frags, continue to hold it down. We are going to see ITB able to pick themselves up a third. So we are going to slowly get ourselves a big push over towards this long area of the map. A bit of short presence to be shown here from ITB. A heavy mid-focus. We're seeing a 4-man mid-focus come through here for the Swedish/UK side. There's 1pin with this hero AK here from Docs looking to try and get themselves a bit of a shiny piece of, I guess memorabilia is the right way to put it. With that AK continuing to try and keep itself alive here in the server, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see, you know, 1pin just not really do anything. I would not be surprised at all. We are going to see Dobbo able to find himself one. Docs to eventually put that AK to good use. Now ITB to continue their pressure over towards this A side here. Cypher to have very, very little to do apart from rotate. Rusty, good enough for 2. Make it a 3rd. Rusty for 4. A huge 4K coming through from Rusty, able to pick himself up. Not only 4 frags, but also the 4th round here for ITB. Continue to slowly see Leaf able to find himself the early frag. Azuu, the willing sacrifice, I guess, for 1 pin here on this long take. Yet again, we're continuing to see a lot of conditioning come through from 1 pin. Cypher to get himself a frag. And we're going to see Wolfie able to pick himself up a beautiful shot here. Potential here for Wolfie to find himself a 2nd frag. Whoever Draken with that nade could find himself the nade frag at will. Wolfie to go down. We could potentially even see 1 pin here look to rotate away. Oh, this could happen. ITB have committed a lot of numbers here. Draken and Cypher quite low with 50 seconds to play. Cypher needs to find himself a frag. Potentially even 2 here. So we are going to slowly see yet again. Cypher good enough for 1. Won't be able to find the 2nd. Docs to now be in a foot race against the AWP. Draken, potential for him to find this frag. Smokes to go out. We'll cover the cross. Docs to get himself the plant. Draken to try and get a little bit of presence with the no-scope. Draken in the 1v1 situation, able to clutch up as we see ITB able to pick themselves up a 5th. As we are going to continue to slowly see 1 pin looking to try and lick their wounds. I guess probably the best way to say it. We're going to see Dobbo tagged up quite heavily here. The Deagle of Shine, good enough for 1 Adam to find the trade. Rusty to try and get a little bit of pressure coming through towards this area of the map where slowly see Cypher, Adam to find themselves a frag apiece. Docs to be able to fight back for 1, but ITB to pick themselves up 6 so far. So we are going to continue to see Azuu now. Cypher with a big hold to come through from this mid area of the map. Needs himself 1 and will get it. Will actually find himself the 2nd. Draken to look to provide support with the AWP. Dobbo as well. You know, we're seeing a map like Dust 2 so aim heavy, so inviting towards the fight, especially with these snipers and these long range guns. Seeing ITB looking to be aggressive here on their CT side, looking to want to take these fights on, looking to want to get, you know, in the face here of 1 pin. It really is starting to look like a really good map choice, not only for this ITB side, but also the individuals that are in it. You know, seeing players like Draken, seeing players like Rusty being able to get an opportunity to come out here and frag. We are going to continue to slowly see yet again Wolfie to find himself an easy frag on Rusty here. The 2v2 now underway. We are going to see that flash go out. Adam to be rewarded with a frag. Wolfie going down. Just some experience showing there. So we are going to see Shine able to find himself that frag. Shine able to find himself a frag. Potential here for Shine to potentially double up with minimal time. Shine's going to go hunting here for this frag. Won't be able to find it. We're going to see ITB able to pick themselves up 7. Shine makes it look so easy. I know, right? We are going to see a timeout coming through here. I assume from 1 pin as we see Docs yet to buy up. Dust to CT-sided map. Dust is an interesting one. It's kind of like whoever has the best aim, essentially. Scarlet. It's whichever team has the better aim, essentially. Usually CT side's a little bit easier because, you know, you're holding the angle instead of trying to take the fight on, but aim-sided map, I know. That's why I don't play it. No, it's definitely a little bit more CT-sided, especially with, you know, seeing some of these areas of the map like short, like B, where, you know, the CT side does get there first, but areas of the map like long, potentially even that pit area of the map, you know, we do see a bit more of a fight coming through there. Hello, Mr. Bazzy, how are you? I haven't seen your name in ages, my good sir. How are you? Oh, it's a bit of a throwback. No way I'm casting Challenger Division. Mate, I'll keep it a stack. I shouldn't be casting this. Keep it a stack. This should definitely be Zola's. This should be Zola and CMD, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I'm doing here. 2 UK sides, right up their alley. I'm surprised they didn't take it. Actually, I think they've got a game at the moment. I think they're playing at the moment, which is why I'm here. That's okay. I'll happily be the fill. We are going to slowly see 1 pin now. A little bit of utility here for this mid to B split coming through. This is too bad. We are going to see Shine and Wolfie able to find themselves one apiece. Wolfie potential here for him to be able to double up, spraying through that CT smoke. We are going to see him just trying to back away as smokes do fade. Wolfie having that, oh no, moment when he does get into a position where he does have a little bit of panic. We are going to slowly see 1 pin here with a bomb plant. More importantly, they're going to get themselves a bomb explosion. Which is definitely something that we are going to slowly see 1 pin here to make their way over, I guess, up the hill. Gonna go, watching. Take care, Basil. Take care, my good sir. I'll see you at some point in the future, hopefully. Maybe I'll even cast a game or 2. We'll see. We'll see, my good sir. We are going to slowly see 1 pin here, able to find themselves 4 so far. Looking to really try and get the challenge here to fall towards ITB. Smokes to go out from Leaf. Utility to follow. So we are going to continue to slowly see a little bit here of this bottom mid aggression coming from 1 pin. I think especially seeing the push from Cypher at the moment. Azuwu needs to keep his head on a swivel. Azuwu able to find himself the frag. Docs as well. All of a sudden now, this tunnel's control. Bazzy, I think, is in public frag. We are going to see Shine able to find himself a 3rd frag here for 1 pin at the moment. And this has all just been turned on its head. Adam, good enough to find himself 1. Potential for the 2nd to come through. Rusty to all of a sudden make this a very winnable 3v2 situation. Adam with the AWP. How often do we get to see this? And I think there's reason why. 2 easy misses on the pot shot there for Adam. We are are going to see smokes go down as Azuru having a little bit of a panic there, trying to hold this B site down. Rusty to continue his push through the tons area of the map, and I think especially with this bomb coming down, if Rusty can get into a quick position, you know, all of a sudden it does look as if we are going to potentially even see a big, heavy hit of aggression coming through. The door smoke here for this B site does miss. It's actually up in the middle of nowhere. Now I'm going to slowly see one pin now. Waiting for that wraparound coming through from Rusty as it slowly starts to make itself known. Adam to slowly fall away as it does look as if we are going to see ITB play for the exits. Oh, this is a ballsy decision here from ITB. Playing for the exits when they definitely had the opportunity to do some real damage. See Azuru continuing to keep that rifle alive. Azuru not having, I think, as much impact as I think we're used to from him at the moment in the server, and he will look to be, especially him on that CT side, to try and bounce back here. A 4-9 scoreline for him. We're seeing Leaf, you know, the 3-8 scoreline coming through. We are going to slowly see Rusty looking to try and find himself, you know, a little bit more of that anchorage role that, you know, we do see Azuru fit into so well. You know, I think it was UK CSGO which had a bit of a chat with Azuru, especially, you know, his sort of presence in the UK scene. They did have a bit of a chat about, and I think it was interesting, Azuru especially speaking about how, you know, the experience he's had in Team Counter-Strike hasn't been too long, and yet all of a sudden, you know, we are regarding him as one of the best at the moment in the business. You know, I did find that interesting, that sort of comparison to make, especially from the one pin anchor. But I definitely do think Azuru has worked his absolute backside off to earn that title of one of UK's best up-and-coming talents. Definitely a player that, you know, only 19 years of age, someone who can definitely be up there. I think especially if you partner him with this young core of one pin. Everyone in between 20 and 19, apart from Shine, who's 24. Of course, him sort of spilling into a little bit of a mentorship role. We are going to see Azuru. As soon as I'm talking smack about him, he's going to absolutely come out here and continue to find frags. He's got in himself 4. How's he done that? Azuru has got himself 4 frags. He's absolutely doubled the kill count. We're only going to see Leaf now, looking to be that lone straggler here for this one pin side. Only 3 frags so far. Wolfie and Docs to continue their winning ways. Of course, double figures for both of those young men. Shine up on the boost. Will be caught by Drake in a little bit here on that scout. However, not much to come through of it. ITB here could potentially catch this AK out, and we are going to see Rusty able to find Docs. We are going to slowly see him needing to find himself that first frag, and will. All of a sudden, a 3v3 situation here. The pistols to only be accompanied by a scout at the moment. There are AKs lying on the floor. So we are going to see Adam to slowly continue to try and lead this ITB side to defend this B site. We are going to see Rusty actually look to try and wrap around it. We'll recover the AWP of Shine. We are going to see 2 scouts, two snipers, my apologies, here in the server for ITB. Could potentially even spell trouble, as we do get to see this sort of mismatch buy coming through. Dobbo to able to find himself two. Potential for him to find Leaf. Leaf, if there's any time for him to need to stand up strong, it's now. And Dobbo to find himself all three, actually. A brilliant, brilliant round from ITB there as we head into round 15 with ITB winning the half. Able to pick themselves up 8. An 8-6 scoreline so far. So we are going to continue to slowly see yet again one pin. More importantly, you know, seeing one pin at the moment here with these seeing one pin now in a position where it does look as if we are going to continue to slowly see the rifles continuing to have a bit of a slower impact here in this game. Does look as if we are going to see this short presence come through here for one pin. Usually we do see ITB being that second half team. You know, being a team that's so good in that second half of these games, you know, usually they've slowly worked their opponents out. We are going to see Shine good enough for one. Shine, potential for him to find himself a second, as we do see the long aggression come through now. This short presence from Azuru to try and show off. We'll be able to find the frag onto Draken. Shine to find Rusty, and now ITB. Very, very little for them to do at the moment, as we are going to slowly see this 2v5 situation coming through. So we are going to see Azuru Wolfie to find themselves a frag each, and more importantly, we are going to see an 8-7 scoreline at the half coming through. So we are going to slowly see, you know, the second half coming underway. I think ITB at the moment do have sort of the upper edge, the upper echelon at the moment for this Counter-Strike team. Upper echelon in these two Counter-Strike teams. I think especially seeing, you know, Leaf and Adam, these two guys who we sort of expect to be sort of around the middle of the pack here for the teams, not performing as well. I mean, Adam, he's gone 5-9. You know, we've seen Leaf go 3-10 at the moment. Adam has a bit of an excuse. He hasn't had that opportunity to take on a lot of these fights. You know, when we do see ITB taking on a lot of this mid control, taking on a lot of this B control, usually, you know, we do see sort of maybe a smoke and a flash being thrown out towards that long area where Adam was posted a lot of the time, unless he was put into one of those 4-man sets around mid, around B, where, you know, he was playing that sort of support role coming through. And I think especially the scoreline for him at the moment, definitely not as telling as his game so far. And I think especially more on the side of Leaf, the fact he's only had 3 frags so far, definitely a more disturbing figure for him at the moment. I think that's going to need to change at some point. We are going to see ITB slowly looking for this long take. Drake can define Shine. All of a sudden, the 2 internationals here on these rosters to meet, and Drake can define himself that early frag. Adam to slowly work his way around, and we'll get that bomb down. I'm going to slowly see Doc's able to find himself a frag. Wolfie to get one back. Azuru to go down in the flurry of bullets that has been sent towards this short area of the map. We are going to see Dobbo able to find himself a frag onto Wolfie. Leaf to go down and continuing his poor form. Doc's eventually to join him as we see ITB able to pick up the pistol here, picking themselves up a 9th. More importantly, looking to try and break away here. we are going to see Azulu continue his presence coming through. Especially towards this B Anchorage roll. I think Azulu so dedicated towards it. We are going to slowly see Cypher trying to take away a little bit of this mid control at the moment, especially one pin. Definitely looking towards more importantly, we are going to see that work. The short area of the map being worked continuously. I think especially seeing that we have seen Docs, sorry, I think it might be Shine, it is Shine, slowly run away from that angle. They do know that it is a short play coming through. A little bit of mid presence to be shown at the moment. From Azulu will have the quick wrap around, however, Adam to find Leaf, and all of a sudden, that A Anchorage roll going down quite early on. We are going to slowly see. Yet again, ITB having themselves asserting a lot of this dominance coming through. So we are going to see Rusty able to find himself a frag. We are going to see Shine to get one back. Cypher, Dobbo to find themselves one apiece. Cypher can't find himself the second. Wolfie to continue his presence here with the MP9. Now, it does look as if we are going to see ITB having themselves a really good start so far. So we are now looking as if we are going to get a tactical timeout being called here at the moment. So we see one pin having themselves a few issues coming through. We are going to see one pin now. A little bit of a kissing match between Wolfie and Shine there. So we are going to slowly see yet again. Drake going to find himself that frag onto Docs. And now, I think the anchors at the moment here for this one pin side definitely have gone down a little bit. We are going to see Dobbo to have his aggression coming up. Rusty will be rewarded. Draken, with that Mac 10 needing to find himself that frag, won't be able to. Leave to find himself the early frag. That does look to be the early frag so far in the server. We are going to see Dobbo good enough for one. Wolfie, Shine, eventually go down. Cypher and Rusty to get a lot of the damage done. Going to slowly see ITB able to pick themselves up 11, one pin yet to get themselves an opening round here at the moment. Wolfie to find himself one. Utility to come out as Rusty, good enough for one. Wolfie to also be down fairly low. We are going to see flashes just continuing to harass both sides. Dobbo to get that trade. Wolfie going down. That long aggression continuing to punish. We are going to see Cypher forcing Shine to stay here on this B side. The 3v2 situation. We are going to see the bomb picked up. Does look as if B is going to be fully taken here by Cypher. Cypher to actually double up and not even need the rotation to come through. ITB getting themselves 12 and one pin, looking to fall by the wayside here on this CT side. see Draken going down. Azuwu to try to get himself a little bit of a momentum shifter, I guess, especially for him. We are going to slowly see. Yet again, Rusty to try and get a little bit of presence going. Docs, Rusty, trading themselves frags. Dobbo to fall. Draken to get himself that frag through the middle. So we are going to see this short presence coming through here. One pin actually going to catch it out with Shine here. Azuwu to have very, very little in this situation to do. Still on this B side at the moment as we see the bomb going down. There's now Cypher to... Never mind, we are just going to see Draken able to find himself the frag. Rusty to find himself the trade coming through. ITB to pick themselves up 13. It almost looks to be a continuing steamroll at the moment. You will be saying free win to one pin. I reckon they'll be able to come back. Oh my god, my voice is cracked there. That's definitely not good. That's okay. That nade going through. A little bit of damage to Adam Wolfie. Potential for him to be able to find himself that frag. We are going to see Shine able to spot Adam's little toes. And we'll punish accordingly. We are going to see Leaf good enough for one. Potential here for Leaf to continue his presence, trying to get himself established around this mid control. We've seen him fall by the waysides a little bit. We did see it a little bit over towards that CT area of the map. We did see it towards... We are going to slowly see yet again. ITB looking to try and head up and hit. Now what looks to be this A site yet again. One pin here in the 5v3 retake will have themselves the numbers advantage, and I think especially for ITB, it's going to be a question of, is Draken going to be able to find frags? If Draken's able to find himself one, won't be able to, completely blind. We're going to see Azuwu good enough for two here on the retake. Cypher, left by his lonesome here, will fall to the AWP of Shine, and we're going to see one pin able to find themselves a first round here in this second half. My apologies. A huge take coming in from one pin at the moment. As we do just continue to slowly see ITB continuing to push through. We're going to see Docs and Draken have themselves their formalities. We are going to continue to slowly see Wolfie now continue to get aggressive towards this long area of the map. going to see Azuru able to find himself a frag. Rusty to find Docs as well as now Azuru, life or death situation here. The Molotov burning on this B site. We are going to see Rusty eventually flush him out, able to find the frag. More importantly, the plant to come through here. 50 seconds left in the round. Doesn't matter as we do see that plant going down. This 4v3 situation, 1 pin. We are going to start to slowly see Leaf looking to try keep these AKs here in the server. So we are going to slowly see this 2v3. Now with that bomb going off, ITB to pick themselves up 14, Draken going down unfortunately. Now AWP to stay in the server however. This T side. We are going to slowly see ITV continuing to push out. Do see Shine being sprayed down as he does. Barely get away with his life through that smoke. Now we're going to see Docs pushed away through that mid area of the map and ITB continuing to get aggressive around this mid area. Smokes to go up. Molotovs to be the counter. ITB to be flashed away and the short hit to come through. We are going to see Wolfie through that long control. We are going to see Rusty looking a little bit rusty with that spray there. We'll eventually finish the job off. Leaf going down, the bomb to be planted. Adam to have very, very little resistance at all from the plant. We are going to see Dobbo now putting that flash towards that long area of the map. The peak to come through over from Adam. Rusty to find himself a frag through short, however. And now, this 5v2 to start its way in the server as ITB to pick themselves up 15. Adam to go down, Wolfie to find himself 3. ITB having some economic damage done. We are going to slowly see ITB now to slowly push out some flashes coming through. A little bit of delay in the server, but I guess we all know what that means. ITB looking to try and get themselves here in a position where they can really cap this job off. They've done a really good job so far to continue to hold off 1 pin here in the second half. You know, as I did say before, they are a second half team mainly. So when they are winning their first half, it's almost guaranteed this second half is going to be interesting. We are going to see Cypher continue to get up close and personal here through this short control. Leaf hiding behind this short smoke. We are going to see the pressure here from bottom mid coming through. Rusty to find Docs. All of a sudden, a Zuru to fall. Leaf, does he go down? Yes, he will. Will be able to find himself a frag, though. Now, all of a sudden, ITB to continue the presence coming through. 2 men spotted towards this A site. We are going to see this middle push come over. Shine and Wolfie here to be caught by the molly. Wolfie to push through anyway. Continue to try have himself an interesting spot. Will go down. Shine. Now stuck here in this 1v3 situation to keep his team alive. Good enough for 1. Potential for the second. Barely misses that shot through the smoke. So we are going to see Shine here. Needing to find himself a second. Won't be able to. Dobbo to put the cherry on the cake. As ITB able to get themselves 16 in, well, quite a bit of a beatdown fashion. We are going to see them move to 4-0 and 1 pin to move to 4-1 here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be joined by all of you tonight. When we do go off, as we do sort of say goodnight, we are going to slowly send you off to some of the best clips of the SCL, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your caster, Flamboyant. Hope you guys have yourselves a great night. Peace.